The problem started with...
Problem is a presumptive word.
The issue was...
The issue started with...
Our cat.
Lily.
Kids loved her.
Sammy and Lucy.
Our kids.
Our kids. They were right to. She was a lovely cat.
Lovely.
She had this way of rolling over onto the floor.
Lovely, soft
fur.
She'd mew with happiness whenever you walked into the room. She's always been better at this.
I've always been good with voices.
Do your Boris Johnson.
No.
She does this amazing Boris Johnson impression, does the arm movements and everything. It's very funny. She takes the thing he said about...
Whiff Whaff.
Whiff Whaff, and turns it into Whiff Whaff, paddy whack, give a dog a bone. It's very funny. Don't get us started on the bikes.
We first noticed a problem when Lily started moving more gingerly.
Well, I wouldn't say gingerly.
Well, differently.
She had a very altered gait.
She was putting weight on all parts of her except that leg.
Left leg.
Left front leg.
She started having trouble getting up after she lay down.
She couldn't get up the stairs.
We took her to the vets. Osteoarthritis.
She had cat's arthritis, or degenerative joint condition.
DJC.
He gave us a medication, but he told us it was degenerative. Our Lily was never going to get better.
Now me and Julie, we're not the type of people to lie down and accept such a condition.
Because you can do that, can't you? You can accept, or you can reject. You can challenge, or you can die.
They were small and subtle, the changes we made at first. Changes to help her in getting over her problems. Issues.
Putting her food at the top of the stairs.
Took most of the morning sometimes for her to get up those stairs. She'd rarely be able to get back down. One time...
Oh, this is brilliant.
One time, I saw her look at the stairs down, much harder on the joints coming down. I saw her look at the stairs, sigh, and then literally make the decision to drop off the first floor landing onto the floor below.
She made quite a racket on landing.
She didn't land on her four legs. Of course she didn't. Her left leg was buggered. How could she? It hurt her, but she was down. I admired that.
A lot too admiring that.
The next stage that we took was to tie very small weights to her hind legs, just to encourage her to feel like all her legs were disabled.
She made quite a fuss about that too. And we had several more stages in mind, including wiring her jaw, but she died, so we never got to try those out.
We buried her in the garden. Said a few words.
It was quite moving.
When Sammy was hit by the train, initially we were very upset.
Very upset. It was quite a shock. He had to have his legs amputated from the knee down.
But then we realised we needed to see this as an opportunity. An opportunity to prove that he didn't need support to function in society. He had troubles, yes.
Issues.
He had troubles sitting down. He had troubles lying down. So initially he was allowed a belt to support himself. But after a month,
we took it away.
We made it clear to him that it was a temporary support allowance.
TSA.
And so he lay on the floor after that. And slept on the floor.
Getting rid of the wheelchair. That shocked a lot of people.
But as we said at the time, what is mobility?
If it's aided.
That's not real mobility. Real mobility.
Real mobility is being mobile without support.
We discussed crutches, but crutches...
As the name implies.
They're a crutch.
Yes, he had to crawl. Well, drag himself along the street.
But boy, did he get some...
He was on board with it.
All the way.
We didn't even need to ask him.
Do your Boris voice.
No.
When the lesions in his arms grew septic, it shocked everyone. But he could still drag himself along on his stumps, and that's what he did.
No one saw the car coming.
There were those who said he had to work jolly hard to get his head exactly beneath the wheel that killed him. But we said, well, if that's true, if he did do that work, then good on him.
But we prefer to think of it as an accident.
When I was diagnosed with glioblastoma multiforme.
Stage 4.
That's as big as your fist.
I won't say it was a problem, but it certainly was an issue.
Because I couldn't...
Well, we refused all medication, of course. And then we put our heads together and we asked ourselves, what would Sammy do?
You know, there are some mornings when I can't remember Julie. Can't remember her. Can't remember our daughter's name.
But he comes through it.
What's her name?
I confess there are times when I get worried.
What's our daughter's name?
One time, he was gone for 3 days. He'd only gone out to get some milk, but he'd been taken by an urge, they said. The police said, why didn't he have any identification? And I said, because identification encourages weakness.
Laura. Laura, it's Laura, isn't it?
He's been brought back 4 or 5 times now.
Libby, Leah.
The neighbours stare at us funny, but
Leah.
then the neighbours have stared at us funny for years. They don't understand our ways.
Laura. Lily. No, that's the cat. Yeah, some things I remember really well.
Whiff, whaff, paddle, whack, give the dog a bone. This old lad came rolling home. I did it.
Lucy.
Marche droit, un tambour à tête de bois, vas-y nique-nac, paliwac, et vas-y mon gars, un tambour à tête de bois. En chemin rencontra un second tambour du roi, vas-y nique-nac, paliwac, et vas-y mon gars, deux tambours qui marchent au pas, pas bien loin dans le bois, un troisième les rattrapa, vas-y nique-nac, paliwac, et vas-y mon gars, 3 tambours qui marchent au pas.